Alright, I'm gonna talk a little bit about this recent video with Acura Amanda. That's her channel. And this is the video that I am wanting to talk about. It's live with Catherine Henry regarding her fight with the city of Ormond Beach. And she is some sort of
Going on.
attorney.
We have a
Let's see if she'll explain it a little better.
special guest today. We all know that the government, local government, federal government, they will, overstep their boundaries and just intrude on your life, even if you're not posing a safety issue in your community. This is just what we're going to discuss today, and we're live right now with Catherine Henry. She's below me. I don't know how this video. Yeah, we've been having some technical issues, guys, but we're still here right now, so rental happy than themselves. So
This hopefully we're all I we just wanted to get you guys everyone
Guys, this is how I watch videos. I literally just skip
fans,
through and skip through. The average person just fucking
from these
rambles
orders
and
that they
just.
got community going to cost
This is literally how I
about
watch
what
this shit.
happened at your court of record.
$100 just to fight this. Part of my appeal for and some of you
Listen, I actually can't sit through this crap again, to be perfectly honest with you. Uh, I'm just going to explain to you what's going on since they can't pull it off. This lady is an attorney. She thinks she's an attorney. She's a, British bar member, which means she's a foreign agent. So don't have any sympathy for her plight. Don't do that. She participates in this crap. Okay? Now, she's in Florida, and she's not licensed in Florida. So maybe she's at a disadvantage. I don't know. It shouldn't really make a difference. If the law means anything, then what does your license have to do with anything, right? But that's the deal, guys. I don't know if you're aware of this. Licenses are actually to allow you to do something that's illegal. So if you've got a license for something, there's something wrong. Like, I'm a licensed plumber. That's weird because plumbing's not illegal. Well, plumbing is illegal in America. Everything is illegal in America. And it's mostly because of people like this woman. Honestly, she sits here and whines about her situation, but basically it's something like this. They want something, her fence taken down or some shit like that. And she doesn't want to take it down, and the cops keep coming on her property and saying we're going to take your shit down. And she keeps filing motions and injunctions and all this nonsense. And really, what I'm making this video about is because no one understands the law. Least of all, a lawyer. Least of all, a lawyer. These people do not study the law. I know, I am 100% sure of this because I studied the law when I was considering going into law school, like she did. Now, I'm smarter than her. I figured out the whole thing was just a scam a long time before she did. She still hasn't figured it out. And she's convinced that she actually knows the law. She's convinced about it, and yet she can't even stop some people coming on her property all the time. She can't stop them from coming and tearing down her fence. Or whatever it is. I don't remember. I watched this a couple of days ago, and it was just total crap. I don't really respect either of these people. Acura Amanda talked to CPS. Like there's just something to clear up. Oh yeah, I talked to CPS so that we could get it cleared up. No, idiot. They're talking to you to get excuses to attack you because they hate you. They want to ruin your family. They want to ruin your life. That's all they want. They're not interested in clearing anything up. That's complete nonsense. Guys, my mother actually worked for CPS in Idaho. And I understand why she did, because she doesn't have any morals and she doesn't have, any lines that she wouldn't cross for an authority figure. And that's actually very common with people where they see an authority figure and they they no longer have the option to make a choice anymore. All right, so I want to keep this video short because the point of it. I'm going to start doing more videos because it seems that no one in my country understands what's going on at all. No one can figure it out. But I have figured it out 100%. Just 100%. There is basically no circumstance where a cop is going to beat me. I'll not only beat him every time, but I'll probably arrest him. And you've seen me do it before. I'll arrest a cop for basically any infraction because if they think they're going to use me as a step, I'll use them as a step. They can be a bridge for me to walk across. I don't care, Like, you're not going to use me. Instead, I'm going to use you when you think that you're going to use me. Like, if some cop tries to pull me over for a Terry stop, do you think I'm going to let him get away with it? Why the fuck would I? Oh, because of Terry versus Ohio. No, that's not the law. It's not the law, and no one ever swore an oath to it, and it's not the fucking law. And it violates the law. Okay? So Terry versus Ohio is total nonsense. Now, if you ask one of these fucking lawyers what Terry versus Ohio is, they'll have all sorts of words for you, and in the end, it's not going to count for it's null and void, like what I would tell you. And it is null and void. I know there are guys out there telling you to overturn Terry. Well, you can't overturn Terry because it's not a law. So, no overturning Terry. But what you can do is just point out that it's repugnant to our Constitution. It's repugnant to the Fourth and the Sixth Amendment by just on its face. Just look at it and say, okay, does that sound like the Fourth Amendment? No, because the Fourth Amendment describes warrants and things of that nature. And then Terry versus Ohio describes just, whims. If a cop gets a whim, then he gets to go ahead and bring charges on you, and he gets to be the complainant and everything. Now, can he be the complainant? No, because the Sixth Amendment allows you to face an accuser. And what is an accuser? Well, don't ask a lawyer this, because they won't have any clue. But an accuser is actually a complainant that has complained about a crime. It has to be a real crime. That means they have to be injured by it. Maybe they even got scared, and that's the only injury. Well, that's something. That's at least something. Most of the time, these cops are talking about literally nothing. They'll be like, you're interfering with a police officer. Yeah, so what? There's no complainant. Oh, I'm going to take you to jail for, you're on my scene. Okay, yeah, so who's the complainant? There isn't one. So what are you talking about? Oh, I'm going to pull you over because I saw you run a stop sign. First off, is there a complainant? Is there a warrant? What are you talking about? Guys, we live in these times that are like crazy. Like, literally, things make sense, but no one actually understands what reality is. Okay? So, here's the reality is cops cannot do anything to you without a warrant. Period. Literally, that's all there is to it. It's a Fourth Amendment issue. Now, lawyers can't read. I'm telling you, they can't read because I went to college with these people, and I know for sure that they cannot fucking read because none of you people really can read. Have you noticed that? Am I the only one? It's possible that I'm the only one, but when I first started college, I was shocked to find that no one could actually read. We had this poem, or what was it? Death of a Salesman, a play. And different people had different parts, and I just noticed, like, oh, holy shit. These people are in college, they read it about a third grade reading level. Like, oh, wow. Is this because I'm in an idiot's class? I'm just in a state college? Or what the hell is going on here? And what I came to realize is that the populace is actually so fucking stupid that even talking about your IQ is basically laughable. It really is. Because it's so minor. It's like, dude, in the land of the lost, yeah, the man with one eye could surely be king, but like, it doesn't mean that you can see great. It doesn't mean that you know what's going on. And, maybe you are smarter than everybody around you. That's not difficult. It's really not. In fact, I don't have any idea what life would be like not being the smartest person in every single room I've ever been in. I have no idea what that's like. No matter what room I'm in, no matter where I'm at, no matter who the fuck I'm talking to, doctor, lawyer, judge, it does not matter. What I've found is that we're dealing with fucking morons. Total morons. I'm not kidding either. I'm talking about the type of people that can literally have a law right in front of them. Like, oh, here, you got a freedom of press. And then they'll be like, oh, what are you doing, press around here? Well, you can't do that. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? The law is called freedom of press, stupid. And they think it's legitimate. They think that these things that go through their fucking head make sense. And guess what? They don't make sense. They don't make sense at all. I've been watching audits on YouTube. Holy shit. 95% of everything is total nonsense. Total nonsense. It's not even slightly accurate. It's just 100% completely made up crap. Another thing that the auditors do is they're always on the defensive, like they need to defend themselves. And that's ridiculous. This is your country, stupid. All of these servants are here just for you. Literally, just for you. And then the first time you run into one of these servants, you start like apologizing and like begging for permission and like, what the fuck is going on here? Explaining to them how you're not guilty of a crime. Like, dude, no wonder the cops think you look guilty. You sound guilty. Like, you do sound guilty. These auditors, I can't believe the way that they act. I can't believe it. Like, it freaks me out. I can't believe that people are going around like, they'll defend themselves. They'll defend their actions. Like, dude, you didn't do anything fucking wrong at all. Like, no, I have a right to record in this lobby and stuff like that. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Stop defending yourself. You don't need to. You just tell them to mind their fucking business. Like, literally, just do that. So many audits, the auditor can't even fucking tell that his job is to tell the cop to go away. Listen, dude, as an auditor, I'm telling you that's your job. I don't care if you agree. Oh, you don't tell me what my job is. Yeah, actually I do. Actually, I do tell you that. I tell everybody to do everything. Because what I found is that I have to. Because left to your own devices, you guys are not going to fucking figure out shit. I learned that in 7 years of the flat earth conversation. I realized that everyone is just full of complete nonsense. To this day, another person hasn't shown me a single proof that we live on a ball. I did eventually. I created my own, actually. That's how useless the people are. Okay? That you literally cannot go to them for information. You can't. There is no lawyer that you can go to that's going to tell you that Terry versus Ohio is null and void. It's not even... It's nothing. It's literally nothing. People on these auditing channels are like, reasonable, articulable, suspicion, or have committed, will commit, about to commit, would commit, thought about committing. It's literally stupid. Okay? It's not the law. It's not the standard. It's just nonsense. Can you get anyone to tell you that? Can you get a lawyer to tell you that? No. This woman here, honestly, I should be doing better with this. video and just getting right to it. But guys, you don't need to see what she has to say. She's a moron. They're all morons. Okay, a moron is someone that's too dumb to understand the law. And that's what we're surrounded by, is morons. Doesn't matter if it's cop, judge, lawyer, senator, congressman, of any sort, it doesn't matter. We're talking about retards. We're talking about people that literally can be tricked into, like, they'll see a thing that says, oh, yeah, gun rights are guaranteed. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, but there's this law that says gun rights aren't guaranteed, so that's the law. No, that's not the law. The law is the Second Amendment and the gun rights. I don't suggest you carry around a gun. Honestly, it's just an excuse for the cops to kill you. It really is. You don't have rights. Not right now. If you follow my method, honestly, read my book. Get competent. Stop being one of these people. Stop being them. Okay? It's not okay to walk around and just, oh, about to commit, have committed, was thought about committing. Okay? That's not okay. It's not. It's completely made up, guys. Do I need to put the Fourth Amendment on the fucking screen for you? I think I do. I think I do, because you're idiots, So, alright, here, let's go to the screen. Let's go here. Will this work? Fourth Amendment. Alright, the Constitution through the Fourth Amendment protect people. Look, they try and change the words. I just want to read the actual text, you fucking scumbags. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. No warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Okay, now every part of this, if you talk to a lawyer will tell you that every part of this is false. Every single part of it. How do we know that that's incorrect? Well, let's show you. The Supremacy Clause, U.S. Constitution. Article 6, Paragraph 2 of the U.S. Constitution is commonly referred to as the Supremacy Clause. It establishes that the federal Constitution and federal law generally takes precedence over state laws and even state constitutions. Not generally. Always. It's called supremacy. Listen to these fucking people. They can't tell you the truth. Okay? A lawyer probably wrote that. Like, oh, well, generally this, generally that. No, it's called supremacy. Guys, in what world does supremacy mean like, oh, sometimes we would do it that way, but, generally, but in an exceptional case, then we would go to state constitution. No. What it is the U.S. Constitution is supreme. Okay? So here's what it is when you read something like this, and then you have some moron telling you about reasonable articulable suspicion, then what's the only logical conclusion to take from that? That we're dealing with morons. Literal idiots. Okay? They can't think their way out of a paper bag. And that's where we are with this lady here. She's a lawyer in some state, and she files motions, and she goes to the judge and says, damn it, I want to do this, and I want to do that, and these people... And she whines about how they've declared that they are just immune from all prosecution and all civil liability. Like, what are you talking about? You don't just get to decide that you're immune. What are you talking about? And, like, dude, you honestly need to read my book to get familiar with America and, like, what this country means, what... Seriously, because you would not pass a citizenship test if I gave it to you. I don't care if you're a judge. You would not pass a citizenship test if I gave it to you. You wouldn't. So, I mean, that's the Fourth Amendment, okay? It has nothing to do with Terry versus Ohio, okay? All right, so where does it say in there that you can be searched if a cop thinks that you have a gun on you. Such a stupid example since we have a Second Amendment, but when an entire country can't read, they didn't read the Second Amendment either. They can't read the first, second, third, fourth. They can't read any of them. None of them. So, I mean, what else? What else should we look at? 14th Amendment. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. What is due process of law, guys? What is it? Do you know? Well, because I haven't found an auditor in the country that knows what due process of law is, so I'm just wondering, do you know what it is? Well, one part about it is you actually have to be accused of a crime, by someone. What's a crime? Someone that deprives life, liberty, property from someone, right? So, we've got auditors out there thinking judges have supreme power, when judges actually have zero power. But not over you. I mean, unless you're in their court, like, were you bound over to their court? Were you put in their jurisdiction by a crime you committed? Because as for me, I'm not under any judge's jurisdiction. Why would I be? He's just another citizen to me. These auditors are out there talking like judges are kings. Judges are not kings. In fact, they have less authority than you do. A judge can't even make a citizen's arrest. He's in his judicial capacity, so he can't even do that. He can't be a complainant, okay? Because your government can't be a victim. You understand? Your government is not your victim. Oops. Sixth Amendment. Sixth Amendment guarantees the right of the rights of criminal defendants, including the right to a public trial without unnecessary delay, the right to a lawyer, the right to an impartial jury, and the right to know who your accusers are and the nature of the charges and evidence against you. I don't like how they change these fucking words into their own. Like, we don't need your interpretation. You guys can't interpret things. You're too stupid. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial. Well, here in my state, a speedy trial can be 3 fucking years. So is that speedy? No. And then how about a public trial? Guys, all over the country, auditors are being kicked out of jury trials. Or, not jury trials, but just courtrooms in general. By judges. Judges who don't have any authority over them, I might add. Judges, they'll be like, oh, I made a judge's order. So the fuck what? Here's what a judge's order is. Well, it's not law. Right? Because you're not a legislator. It's, so what is a judge's order? I mean, honestly, it's not much. It's not much. And unless you've actually been, like, assigned to this judge, and he's got jurisdiction over you, then it's just nothing. By an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed. So, remember this, a lot of places don't allow you to have jury trials. Now, why is that? Well, because they're criminals. Guys, that's always the answer with the socialists. Oh, that's another thing. You guys don't even know these people are socialists. Disgusting. This is the definition of socialism. Just so you know. And it's why socialism is horrible. Okay? Because when you aren't earning your living, then you just end up becoming a piece of shit. That's true. No, it's true. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Trust me. Or just watch people in your own life. Just go look. I mean, spoiled is a thing, Go look at those kids. See how they're doing. See how they take care of their stuff. See how they just Go take a look at it. Uh, so, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Which, by the way, this assistance of counsel, that's not possible anymore. Now that we have public defenders, public pretenders, this doesn't happen anymore. Lawyers are crap, okay, but they're doing it on purpose a lot. And I understand that this lady over here is not getting run over on purpose. She's just stupid, you know? But, like, seriously, you do not get to run around claiming that you understand the law, which she does. She makes the bold claim that she understands the law. And guys, don't make that claim unless you seriously understand the law. Because there's a lot to understand here, and nobody's actually getting it. No one. Like, literally no one. So, I mean, her situation, honestly, you know what it is? I wonder if my comment's still here. Yeah, this was 3 days ago that I watched this. Tell that girl to stop playing at law and make a citizen's arrest. I mean, guys, you've seen me. I go right to the cop shop and I'll arrest a cop right there. I'll piss him off on purpose and then I'll arrest the cop. Why do I do that? Because they're out of their minds. They think they're in charge. Somebody has to show them, and the only way that you can do that is you gotta metaphorically knock them on their ass. You gotta hit them so hard that they can't even get back up, let alone hit you back, you know? So, and that's the deal with her. She needs to make a citizen's arrest on whoever shows up at her house. She's like, yeah, but they said that they have immunity to everything. Yeah, well, tell it to the judge, right? Yeah, they can explain to the judge how they have all this immunity. This is another thing auditors have been saying. Like, people have immunity. Cops have immunity. Look at all this immunity that cops have. Cops don't have immunity. What are you talking about? It's just more made up nonsense. It's all made up nonsense, guys. Seriously. Like, I'm honestly wondering about these auditors because where are they getting this crap? It's completely made up. Cops don't have immunity. They might qualify for qualified immunity if they're not doing something obviously in violation of your rights, which everything's obviously a violation of your rights, okay? So it's just a scam to take away your right to sue a cop. Well, guess what? We actually don't interact like that. Like, I don't go around like, oh, you knocked down my fence, I'm going to sue you. We actually don't do that, do we? Like, we really don't get into that. People may talk about, like, I'm going to sue you and stuff like that. And when it comes to corporations, sure, they sue each other and stuff. Cities will sue and stuff like that. But, like, people, no, that's not really how we deal with our problems. Honestly, if someone commits a crime against you, you just put them in jail. Duh. Do cops have any immunity from jail? No. Now, if you ask a cop, yeah, they think that they're, you can look at my audit. When I arrested a cop, last year or whatever, and, I mean, he flat out told me that it wasn't legitimate for me to make a citizen's arrest. And he believes it, too. But still, that's just nonsense. He just made it up in his own head. He wants it to be true. They all want it to be true, but no, cops don't have immunity. No. No one has immunity. Here's why. Here's why. The equal protection of the laws. Okay? That's what you're guaranteed with the 14th Amendment. Alright? So no one can have immunity from criminal prosecution because you have equal protection of the laws. Okay? So if someone commits a crime against me, that's the same as if he committed a crime against, whatever, the president or the judge or something, one of those socialists that they're definitely going to, fight. They're definitely going to start a fight with capitalist that messes with the socialist, right? Because they're just a squad and they're all collaborators. But the reality is, no, we have equal protection under the law. That's the 14th Amendment. Okay, so not only do we not have immunity like these people are claiming, but it's the exact opposite, that immunity actually can't be granted because equal protection under the law. Okay, so start realizing these statements mean something. Equal protection under the law. So when you're in court and the judge is like, I need you to do something special because you're over there asking a lot of questions, and well, then what do you say? Hey, is that equal protection under the law, or are you making up some different rules for me because I'm asking questions? Right? Is that equal protection if these guys don't have to jump through that hoop, but I do? Or if this person gets charged with this crime, but I don't, or I do and they don't? Any of that stuff is equal protection under the law. Yeah, you can sue these people for violating that. So remember it. Start thinking about it. Okay? And stop taking the defensive whenever you start seeing cops. It's dumb. They're servants. They're servants. And if you take the defensive, they will look at you like you're guilty. They're literally so stupid that they could not get real jobs in the private sector where legitimate people work. They had to get servant jobs in the public sector, which is socialism. Okay, so they're not true Americans, they don't deserve protections, and they don't have protections. Our constitutional rights are for the people against the government, not for the government against the people. So does a cop have a right to freedom of speech with you? Fuck no, he doesn't. And if you feel intimidated or it upsets you, whatever it does, look up a statute that it matches and get the motherfucker charged. There's no time like the present to start standing up for our rights, guys, because this country is honestly, they've pretty much taken it over by now. I haven't been working on my channel lately because I don't care about you people. I think you're idiots. After what I saw with COVID, you people you don't have value. No, you don't. Every single person put on a mask. Well, guess what? I never took the vaccine, and I never got sick. It's been 3 years, I still haven't gotten sick. And even if I do get sick, so what? We used to get sick all the time. And it was never COVID. Not all the time. I don't get sick very often, but, every couple of years you get sick. That's just what happens. And for you guys not to know that it's not okay to trust the fucking talking heads on your TV, disgusting. It's literally disgusting. And yeah, I really didn't warn anybody about taking the vaccine. Of course, a lot of people I know have taken it and had bad consequences from it. Several people, my friends, knowing are actually dead from it. And then I know people that are, I kind of look at them as brain dead at this point. So I don't know if they've gotten worse. It's not like they were ever really that smart, but yeah, it's worse, I'd say. It's hard to tell. What's worse than zero, If you have zero potential, it's hard to tell when you drop intelligence from there. It really is hard to tell. But it could be doing that, exactly. So I don't want to put you through listening to either of these women. I can't listen to either of them. After she talked to CPS, I couldn't believe it. Like, you call yourself an auditor and you think that you talk to these people? Guys, the point of auditing is to get our country back from the servants. Okay? They want to own everything. Literally everything. They want it to be, full. I think they want it to be full socialism. I don't think they want to go for full communism because it's so much easier to just print off some papers and hand them to you, and then you'll do whatever the fuck they want, and you will too. You'll sell your own mother for their papers. But maybe she's a piece of shit, so I don't care what you do. All right, well, why don't you guys just consider what I'm saying. Stay in the loop on me with this. I'm going to go through a lot of videos, and I'll do better at getting you snippets of stupid shit that they say that just makes no fucking sense, and then I'll go ahead and prove it to you since you do that, right? You need it proven to you. If you can't prove something, then you're obviously not talking to somebody that knows anything. You got to be able to prove it. Otherwise, just like how I can show you immediately the Fourth and Sixth Amendment and the Supremacy Clause, and just immediately show you that everything that these people talk about is nonsense, no matter what it is. If they're talking about it, you need to start questioning it, okay? Because the auditors are not doing a good job. I saw some Long Island audits, uh, audits this week that were so bad. He literally like you went up to a cop and just started talking to him and never told him to leave him alone or anything. It's like, dude, what are you doing? All these auditors are out there pretending to educate the cops. What are you talking about? They went to police academy. Did you go to police academy? Huh? Yeah. You didn't, did you? So let me ask you this: is ignorance of the law an excuse? It's not an excuse. And if you break a law without knowing it's a law, then guess what's going to happen to you? You'll be prosecuted to the fullest, past the fullest extent of the law. You'll be prosecuted without a complainant, without a victim, literally without any of the required elements of a crime. That's what'll happen to you if you don't know the laws. So why are we out there like holding these cops' hands? Like, oh, poor boy, I could arrest you, but I'm not going to because, you're a poor boy and I'm just going to help you to figure out what's going on. No, guys, that shit it's frauditing. Yeah, I think it is. The reason it's frauditing is that, bro, if you just found a criminal cop, let's get him off the streets. Come on, let's make this shit happen. Let's get him gone. Like now. Yesterday. Let's do it. Not, we'll teach him how to do it, and then, oh yeah, this is what you do. Guys, all he's gonna do is be like, okay, well, I'll just wait until the next person actually points that out before I enforce that actual law. And that's what they do. They're like, well, since this dumbass doesn't know about equal protection, I can go ahead and do this. Since he doesn't know that I need a complainant, I can go ahead and do this. And he'll just do it every single day. So, no, you don't just go around and educate. First off, you're not educating anyway. Most of you are spewing bullshit like Terry versus Ohio and quoting all these state statutes that override the Bill of Rights somehow, even though I just read you the law, the 14th Amendment, that says that no state shall make any laws that try to supersede the Constitution. They won't even try to make the laws. Well, guess what? Not only did they make the laws, but they're all over the place. And every city, every state that you go to is going to have either municipal codes or state laws that violate your constitutional rights. And what does that mean? Well, it means they're null and void. Duh. Oh, yeah, but the courthouse has a law that says I can't do guns in a courtroom. Yeah, except for we have a Second Amendment. So guess what? The state law is null and void. Guys, no one in the entire country understands these premises. So, like, if you can follow along for a second and kind of understand that, like, we have laws and we're not following them at all. Now, you need to learn how to invoke your rights. So, stop being a joker like all the people we've talked about tonight. But seriously, stop being like them. Read my book, Treason, and, like, seriously, get competent on what's going on around you. This is your life, okay? So, like, get competent on what's going on around you, okay? I mean, it's a total joke. When I look at the people online, I mean, the auditors are bad, but, like, the people they're encountering, obviously, they're even worse, right? And the auditors only look like they're very knowledgeable in the law because everyone else is so so poorly educated. And it's on purpose. Whether you're a lawyer, a judge, any of that shit, it doesn't matter if you've gone through law school. The chances that you know anything about the law are zero. It's zero. It really is. It is honestly zero. Just like this lawyer that I highlighted tonight. Can't even arrest a cop. Oh, I know so much about the law. Can't even arrest one person? Well, maybe you don't know about the law then. Maybe. I mean, seriously. GED kids are becoming cops all the time and making arrests. Like, hundreds of them. Meanwhile, not a single auditor, I mean, besides me. No, by the way, I'm taking the crown. I filmed in a courtroom. Okay? No one else has done that. If you know someone that's done that, go ahead and put it down below. I would love to see a competent auditor. I haven't seen one so far. Honestly, most of my heroes, they just look dumber and dumber the more videos that I watch. Honestly, I honestly can't even understand what they're talking about because it's such nonsense. And they'll actually spend all this time reminding, what is it, memorizing the state statutes and stuff. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? All you do is walk around and film, and there's a freedom of press. Memorization done. Let's go film. You know, it's like literally that simple. But the people can't figure it out. So anything that is repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. It's just it's the oldest principle of America. Like all right. Well, I think that's about it. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I don't know what is beating a dead horse because I don't understand where you people are coming from. You know, I understand the law. Now, as far as people, I mean, well, technically, I was trained in sociology. No, I don't understand people at all. It's basically like just an idiot. It's just like imagine someone that has no knowledge of anything and like, what do they think about? What are they curious about? What are their questions about? It's hard to say because they have no, we don't have a similar baseline where we can talk about it. Even my book, Treason, it's probably too advanced for you to tell you the truth. Just judging by the populace and what I've seen. And by the way, I've seen a lot. I've been all over this country. So I know what's out there. And I know that as far as you go, you're not going to find a lawyer that understands the law. You're not going to find a judge that gets it. You're not going to find a cop that gets it. And that's why you have to actually be competent. It's not okay to just like, oh, Terry versus Ohio is a legitimate thing. Why is it legitimate? Because I heard that somewhere. It's not a legitimate thing. And for all of these auditors to be on the same page with Terry versus Ohio when it's not even a real page, dude, I don't know what that is, but I feel like it's frauditing. I don't feel like there's anything good about it at all. At all. And, you might notice something else that when you look at my audits, you'll see the 3 best audits on the line. The 3 best online. Sorry, it's late. It's like 3 in the morning. I've been up. Nobody's shared my audits. You know what they like sharing is people getting violated and not defending themselves. To tell you the truth, they seek those videos out. My videos, I kick the shit out of cops. I fucking order them around, threaten them with arrest. I literally call them stupid, call them traitor, which the drug war's treason. So that's a fact. They are traitors. But nobody has highlighted my channel, even though my audits are old. I mean, I did a mask refusal at the DMV like 2-3 years ago. And then I ordered the cops to leave, and they did. You got a better audit than that? How about when I arrested a cop? Yeah, he wanted to arrest me, and I knew he didn't have a complainant. So I went ahead and arrested him. He literally had nothing he could do about it. He had no complainant. Nothing he could do about it. He ran away. That's what cops do with me. They run from me. Literally. Literally. They told my neighbor that they didn't even want to come and talk to me. Because, I had some security footage that they could have got for something else, not related to me. And the cops wouldn't even come and ask for it because they know me. And they know that they're honestly they're looking to get into a little competition if they come and fuck with me. Now, I don't do it just like, to be hateful. I only do it for a reason. It's not, just some petty little revenge game or something. It's like, no, I understand these people are the enemy of freedom itself. You know, they're socialists. They think they're heroes. Everyone around you worships these people. And it's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. Auditors fucking beg to them, cower to them, plead with them about how they're not breaking any laws. They just beg them and they just look guilty. Like, guys, the whole thing around cops, it's over with. It's over with. First off, they don't have nearly the powers that they think they do. Not even close. Alright, well, I'm probably going too far tonight. But yeah, I'm trying to get my channel back up and going. I'm going to give you more clips, and I'm going to go through them with you. I'm not going to let my people, just fucking believe these stupid assholes. Go look at James Freeman's channel. He's accomplishing fuck all. He can't even get into a courtroom, which I've done. Of course, none of them have done it. So you go ahead and take all the channels with 500,000 subscribers. Not one of them's gone into a courtroom and filmed. It's because they can't, because they don't understand the law. They look at the judge like he's a king. Said, no, you can't go and fight with the king, right? But if you understand that the judge is a public servant, then things become a little different. All right. Don't want to get too rambly.